Right. What about there's this girl then. Her name's Lucy Letby. I hope you've not heard of her because it wouldn't be fair if you had. If
No.
you haven't heard of her, that's fine. She's a nurse. Just wondering if you've got any feelings if she's guilty or not guilty. Now,
Okay.
I'll show you the picture of her on the screen, and then I'll
Okay.
tell you about it. This
And
is
what country is this in that she's
UK.
okay?
That's the right one. Um, so that's when she was a nurse.
Okay. Um, what are
And
they
there's
accusing her of?
yeah, I was going to say that's one picture. So her name's Lucy Letby. I'm going to show you another one because it's relevant because I think you can find out people by looking at them. This is after a little while in custody.
Mm-hmm.
Same person, but she's obviously drained there a little bit. So she's been charged with a huge crime: 7 murders of babies,
Good
seven,
Lord.
and 7 attempted murders. Is there any chance in the world she could be guilty, or the other way around, innocent?
Well, I'm
Because
looking.
the country's split on it at the moment.
It's strange because
It is strange.
the first thought that came to me though was somebody who has access to the health facility. But here's the problem. I mean, do they have a lot of evidence against her?
It was mainly circumstantial. As in, she was on duty when the babies died, but so was everybody else on duty. She's had doctors and trust managers being lazy and blaming her for small things. But the evidence on her side,
yeah, I don't think it's her.
She's been framed. I'm picking up. She's getting framed.
Because I saw different hands at work. I saw hands that were not hers. I saw somebody. Oh, well, it just feels like, could I say if they're male or female? Possibly female. I felt darker skin, possibly. Bigger stature. The hands were bigger. So when I look at this, I don't. She's been in trouble before for other stuff. Medications is one thing I get. I also feel that she's a bit of a target because she's had run-ins with the law.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not 100% sure on that one, but what is clear though, if she's done anything wrong, it's been mild medical negligence rather than murder.
Yeah,
and she's the type of person that would speak out and and say, look, it's not me, it's them. But she's being framed basically. We think now the Canadian neonatal expert in the world that everybody believes in, I can't think of his name at this minute. He's came forward. He's a Chinese man. He came forward and said, look, there's no evidence that she was ever a murderer. So they've got a team of 5 or 6 experts around the world, and now the UK criminal investigations people that look at miscarriage of justice, they have to look at it and decide if there's a retrial. I just thought I'd put that in because there's a lot of people that might be listening that I've sent this to these groups, the Lucy Letby groups. Because I don't know. I've always, from the beginning, I thought no, And then it's difficult when someone gets convicted for the rest of their life.
Well,
It's very difficult to know who's who.
I guess something around September for a trial.
That would work because they said about 4 or 5 months.
No, is that right? Well,
Felt around September. There's some witness or some alibis or something to her testimony, which is kind of important. So there's people who are kind of speaking up for her. The problem is that is this a hate crime? Is this something that was motivated? The thing is, I do feel that things have been kind of hard for her, emotionally, personally, and that's why I feel like she's vulnerable.
Dear, that's a shame.
I get Pisces around her for some reason, which
Hang on,
is
let me see if
the
I
end
can,
of the month.
Let me see if I can get a. I did see it
Something about Pisces.
a minute ago. Birth date.
And that could mean that maybe the trial's set next month or at the end of this month, something like that. It's very delayed, though.
Yeah, no, she's actually had the trial because she's been convicted of all these murders, but they're looking for a retrial or acquittal. She's actually January the 4th, 1990,
so
her date of birth. So she's a Capricorn.
So maybe something is set in motion in February or March about a retrial.
Yes, going to court.
She could. The only thing that I kind of worry about, though, is I hear the people or the lawyers that are representing her talking about. Well, they're giving some serious language as to the degree of the murder degrees in this. And the only thing I'm worried about is they don't think there will be an acquittal. So I'm reading two things here, is that possibly this was done by somebody else, but on the other hand, her own representatives don't feel too positive about her outcome.
So it comes down to perhaps criminal negligence causing death as a third-degree murder charge, rather than second or first degree, something like that.
Something like that. And then if I'm looking, she's 37 or 38. I heard 38. I don't know, 37, 38. I also feel that, boy, this could go on for a couple years.
Oh, that's true as well.
Well, if there's multiple counts of homicide involved, then that's another issue as well, because it's not just one count. So that would add.
It's each case.
Yes.
Case.
Yeah.
Each case, and one case is brought in big focus by somebody. So one of these cases is they've got some big people in on it. I wouldn't even be surprised if maybe they have city council or somebody from the higher ups on this.
Yeah, they've got the top lawyer in the country for miscarriages of justice, and it says here in the last couple of days, it said an international panel of medical experts have thrust Lucy Letby back into the spotlight. At a press conference Thursday convened by her legal team, the experts cast doubt over the former nurse's conviction. Letby was given 15 whole life sentences for murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder 7 more. Don't worry about the other one. I don't understand that one. because that's 14. Where's the other one? But anyway, speaking at the press conference in London, retired neonatologist Dr. Shu Lee told the assembled reporters in all cases, death or injury were due to natural causes or just at the very worst, bad medical care by multiple people. And he says, we take Dr. Lee's word for it, well, in part because he is the author of a key paper on air embolisms, one of the methods that Letby was accused of using to kill these babies, which formed a key part of the prosecution's evidence at the trial. I could read it, but
there were other problems besides her. So I don't feel it was. The problem is that I think she's responsible for her duties at that facility, but I think there were other factors involved with these deaths, not just her.
Sure. Could there be a vaccine injury issue that is involved?
God, going through each one is okay. Well, not to get too graphic, but some of the cases that I feel I get hemorrhage, blood clots. I get something of some kind of brain injury.
Yeah, that would fit. All those symptoms would fit the vaccine injury scenario. And it has been the case that things like shaking baby syndrome have been blamed on guardians like parents, when in fact it was a vaccine-induced injury that caused brain hemorrhage.
Some of these things. So, are we talking about infants or?
Yes, sudden infant death syndrome type of events.
Because I feel like some of these people were at 2 or 3 facilities before this happened.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. So in my eyes, you have to take each case. You have to see where it goes to. But I don't feel that, like I said, I saw other hands. I saw other people handling the situation, not just her. It's like I see other doctors. So I'm not looking at personnel in the same place. I'm feeling other places, other situations. I also get prescriptions for drugs that were very questionable and toxic.
Dear.
So there's a whole bunch of factors with this, but honestly, this lady, Lucy, is her name.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everybody's trying to find somebody to blame on this. And that's what makes this really hard. Because she almost has to go through every case. But she was already convicted, you said.
Yeah, she's already convicted and in prison for it.
Well,
I know it sounds a bit weird me saying this, but in my little head, because it's only my little head that thinks, because you can talk or see how animals are feeling. Now, I was thinking that in a similar way, someone who's really done wrong to babies, they must technically be an animal of a human nature. So you might have picked up some kind of vibration, whether she was evil or not, and that's kind of why I thought treating her initially like an animal. But I think there's overwhelming evidence. Well, it's been in the news anyway. It's not factual, but it's been in the news that there's multiple people at fault, but not one person actually did all the murders. That's what they're thinking.
A lot of it was circumstances.
Mm.
And also one child being treated somewhere and then being treated somewhere else. And it's a hard thing. It's not like they all landed right there and it all happened right there. There were other cases of health problems. Hold on one sec. I'm going to sorry, I got this pop up on my computer. The thing that I get about her, I know, I see the picture of her kind of smiling, then the one where she's not in the prison shot. The one where she's not is what I'm getting the image of her. I do feel some anger issues. I also get, for a 37-year-old, quite a lot of emotional issues going on with her. And also not being able to speak on her behalf or defense, because I think that attorneys have told her not to.
Mm.
So I'm kind of questioning her legal counsel as well. And if it's with the right legal counsel,
But she managed to sack the previous counsel that maybe they made mistakes. I mean, the new lawyer now said, look, we can't blame the legal team because this is not what we're here for now. The court wouldn't listen anyway. We're going to have to, what happened, and we're going to need to move on to try and get her acquitted. So that's where that stands now. And
is it a male or female that's in charge now?
It's a male.
Okay. And it was a female before?
I'm not sure, to be fair. It was a team of them.
Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of work on it. I think they may come up with some new information on the case in August of this year. It just feels like a long-term thing.